Hi, my name is Cameron Miller, and this is Trinity Place in Geneva, New York, and this is the second Sunday of Easter. I want to begin with the poem that you may have heard just read, Small Wire by Sexton. My faith is a great weight hung on a small wire, as doth the spider hang her baby on a thin web, as doth the vine, twiggy and wooden, hold up grapes like eyeballs, as many angels dance on the head of a pin. God does not need too much wire to keep him there, just a thin vein with blood pushing back and forth in it, and some love. As it has been said, love and a cough cannot be concealed, even a small cough, even a small love. So if you have only a thin wire, God doesn't mind. He will enter your hands as easily as 10 cents used to bring forth a Coke. Oh. I'm going to ask for a little grace here, maybe even some indulgence. This Sexton poem has a place in my heart and in my life that is both abiding and quite powerful. Someone gave it to me in a handwritten version that I carried for years and years and years in my wallet until it became too faded and frayed. And at the time, it was a double-sided gift, that only was revealed one side of which was only revealed. And at the time, I only knew the one side. Honestly, it has been so long with so much water under the bridge that I can't clearly remember all the details of what was going on at that time, except that I was considering leaving seminary. And it was the very first semester. Perhaps a bit like Thomas in that story we also heard this morning. Everyone else seemed to know more than me and seemed so sure of what they knew. Excuse me. I had entered seminary, you see, as an exploration, not with any clear vision or understanding or with a goal in mind. Halfway through the first semester, I was pretty sure it was a big mistake. And trust me, if I couldn't handle the Episcopal Divinity School in Cambridge, Massachusetts, then I wasn't going to fit in anywhere. Because you see, it was a wide open feminist, social justice, and academically venturesome institution, at least for its time. But dang, if people still didn't walk around talking theology with the confidence of ideology, and as if it was obvious and apparent for everybody to see what they knew. It was like the week for Thomas, who had to live through with his colleagues all talking about something he couldn't understand because he had not experienced it. And to be brutally honest, I had entered seminary and hadn't been to church in 5 years, other than like Christmas Eve with family. Suddenly, after all that absence, I was in the belly of the whale. I felt like I was in that old horror sci-fi movie, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and I was the last body. Well, along came this poem from Sexton. She was speaking my language and saying something I could understand. Somehow she gave me a little confidence, which was enough to see through the bravado being exhaled all around me. Now, Anne was just one reason that I kept going, but she came to symbolize so much more. And then the other side of the gift came along years later. She was the one who introduced me to poetry that I liked. She wrote poems I could understand, and in a language and with a concreteness and with a frankness that the poetry I had read before never seemed to have. Now, all these years later, all these poems later, I count this poem, Small Wire, as the first. All right, so that was a really long, way long introduction. There was too much about me and maybe not enough about us, except that I think maybe it is really about us. Faith is a great weight hung on a small wire, as doth the spider hang her baby from a thin web. But here's the thing about faith. It doesn't take goo gobs of it to be a person of faith. God doesn't need too much wire to keep him there, just a thin vein with blood pushing back and forth in it, and some love. How is it we came to think of faith as a quantity? Think about that. It's like the old McDonald's cheeseburger, fries, and Coke that got supersized and now require an athletic eating competition to consume. Faith is not an athletic ability that measures whether you're LeBron James or Mr. Magoo, one with superior talent and the other a cartoon character. Faith, authentic faith, is always hung by a thin wire. But we confuse faith with belief. We have tons of beliefs about all sorts of things. We believe in conspiracy theories, and we believe that science will save us. We believe the vaccines are not safe, and we believe they're the answer. We believe what Donald Trump says, and we believe that anything he says is unbelievable. We believe in the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, and we believe in Jesus, that Jesus is God. We believe that Buddha uncovered the path to enlightenment, and we believe that Muhammad was the first of the prophets. Those are all beliefs. They're not faith. Belief comes from the Greek word pistis, which denotes an investment of confidence in something or someone, but most especially that something is true. We believe in certain descriptions of reality and so act accordingly. Beliefs are an intellectual assent, a decision to give credit or credibility to something. Beliefs are ideas about how things are or the way things are supposed to be, and we back those ideas with our confidence and choices. But faith is something else altogether. In ancient Hebrew, the word translated into English is emunah, and it shares its roots with other words, womb and mercy. Isn't that interesting? Faith shares similar roots in Hebrew with womb and mercy. You see, faith is experiential. It's not intellectual. It's experiential. It is what surrounds us and what holds us. It's not something we believe in. It is an experience to which we say yes or no. And like all experience, we hold on to them or not. Experiences slip away into memory and fade in importance, or we hold on to them and keep them present. In fact, to hold on to is a common biblical interpretation of the word emunah. Faith is the experience of holding on to God. That's why it's hung upon a thin wire, because experience for us is a spider's web upon which we dangle. Because we're always playing with memory of experiences and interpreting and reinterpreting them so that they confirm our current beliefs. You see, belief has confirmation bias built right into it. We look for what we believe, and when we find something that contradicts our beliefs, we look to reinterpret it or discard it or somehow make it conform to what we thought in the first place. Faith doesn't interpret. Faith does not subject experience to analysis. Faith holds on to experience. It's like awe or joy that way. Once we start analyzing faith or awe and joy, it's gone. We hold on to it or we don't. And then it fades and is gone. It does indeed hang from a very small wire. But just like a cough, and just like love, neither of which can be concealed, even a small cough, even a small love, a small faith held on to is enough. Really, it is. So I guess I am inviting you to redefine faith and decouple it from belief. Truly, a small faith held tenaciously over time is enough. Beliefs are a dime a dozen, and we have bunches of them. But the experience of faith, the experience of God's presence, the experience of the Creator of all that is in the moment with us, as if the very womb that holds us, that is a very rare and precious moment. Something to hold on to for a lifetime. I don't think I've ever said it before, but thank you, Anne. Thank you.